competition, but really they'll never be me. Cause I got the energy. I got the energy. Tell me you're feeling me. I'm charged up. I'ma level up the energy. I got the energy.
The NBA on 2K Sports. It's a beautiful Sunday afternoon. This is Kevin Harlan. I'm joined by Richard Jefferson and Greg Anthony. And David Aldridge will be reporting from the sideline. Here in Brooklyn, we have an interconference matchup with the Nets looking to create some cheers for their home crowd. They're getting their first look at the Thunder in this one. They took the loss in this East versus West matchup during the regular season last year, dropping both games.
And they had some trouble with this group a year ago. And it's a bit of a head-scratcher as to why, given the way both teams ended the year.
Always exciting to see two teams with bright futures, Greg. Young stars hungry to prove themselves.
And Kevin, the hungrier, the better, if you ask me. When you've got all that youthful energy and ambition out on the court, very special things can happen. Yeah, way to play in attack mode and get to the line.
RJ, you look at Dennis Schroeder, incredibly fast, but also a veteran leader now.
Yeah, he's really matured. He knows how to make plays without making too many mistakes. That's what you get from a guy with 10-plus years in this league.
And good work inside. SGA will make more room for himself on the perimeter when he can be effective down low. Oh, big finish, emphatic.
He hangs on the rim just for good measure. And that one's good. Gilgeous-Alexander.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Easy possessions like that literally are just a gift. You just dream of them. He'll gladly take those.
Now here's Schroeder. He takes it in. Plays it up off the glass. And just over a minute played here in the start of the game. Gilgeous-Alexander looking around. Bridges with the board. Pass to Schroeder. Williams with the steal. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Good. And the nice assist for Williams. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 6.
Out to a hot start. 4 makes and 5 shots to begin this ball game.
Johnson with it. Going inside. And blocked the ball with his palm. What a defensive play. The shot goes in. First shot, first basket.
It's all about effort with Dort. He's had nothing handed to him. When he wants something, this man takes it.
Now here's Schroeder. Good D by Gilgeous-Alexander.
The defense really made this an uphill battle, and he just couldn't get there.
Down low, here's Azubuike.
And that's how you lead a team, literally.
Schroeder outside, and stolen by Williams. And that one is hammered home.
Continues to develop his playmaking abilities. Gilgeous-Alexander is an unselfish team player.
All right. Timeout called, the Nets. Just over 2.5 minutes played here so far in the first quarter. In regard to the Thunder, they had to go through, Greg, a rebuilding process not too long ago.
Yeah, it was a tough couple years, but they had a plan in place and did it the right way. They made some smart signings and created a very balanced roster.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. After the basket by Brooklyn, from 13. Chalk up 2 there. Azubuike's got 8.
The defense not putting up any fight on the inside. They've allowed 10 straight points in the paint.
And we're approaching about 3.5 minutes played in the first quarter. Here's Bates Diop. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And that's out of bounds. Brooklyn will retain possession. Here's Watford. And the rejection by Holmgren.
Already set the Summer League record for blocks in his first game. Holmgren, one of the best young shot blockers in the league.
Pass to Sharp. Driving to the basket.
And they've done a nice job controlling the defensive backboard to start this game.
To the paint. Oklahoma City moving it around. Near the three-point line, it's Holmgren. And a wide-open look for Gilgeous-Alexander. And Oklahoma City again with the bucket.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
Outside, Walker. Here's Watford. Good on the three-point shot. Watford's got his second bucket tonight.
And they don't want to get in a habit of giving him open looks from 3. First quarter still, but not who you want to leave open.
Pass to Williams. Outside, Gilgeous-Alexander. Outside, Dort. The shot's good. Gilgeous-Alexander making the play. Dort's got his second basket. Nets trailed by 9. Smith with it. Nothing on the board. Pass to Sharp. Back to Smith. Here's Watford. The Nets need to get a shot off here. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. And a new group in for the Nets.
Nicholas Claxton. Dorian.
The Thunder leading by 9.
Cameron.
It's Gilgeous-Alexander with the drive. And Cameron Thomas picks up the foul. That is his first foul of the game. And Brooklyn making a change here.
Substitutions for your Nets. Aaron Sharp.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Solid play in the low block, and that one's good. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 10 points.
And you can't help but pick their defense apart. They're completely in disarray.
And Simmons' coaches and teammates encourage him to be aggressive because it attracts the D's attention.
This is his first free throw of the game.
Ben Simmons.
Well, probably a little draft in the arena tonight. He's the last guy you expect to miss the mark by that much.
Absolutely.
3.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today? Ending with a basket, coming off a pretty pass.
Now here's Williams. Holmgren wide open. Again, the Thunder score.
I like their focus coming in. Terrific execution so far.
Couldn't come up with a much better start than this. They just have to keep it going.
Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, guys, has been on display for Oklahoma City. He got into double digits for the quarter with 10 points total. And glad to have you with us, folks. Second quarter of basketball. This game has not exactly been neck and neck, but plenty of time left in this one. And taking a quick look here at the hustle stats for the Thunder.
Showing their energy so far, sprinting up and down the floor, getting out in transition, and taking advantage.
And they're making their own luck with how hard they're playing, forcing turnovers and turning that into offense.
Johnson can't hit.
Well defended that time. He's a shooter that the D has to close down on quickly when he's ready to pull the trigger.
Pass to Hayward. Back to Vassell. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up.
And talking about the talented swingman, Devin Vassell. of late.
Well, it's clear he put in a lot of work into improving that part of his game, especially his three-point shot, and he's not done growing yet.
And we've heard defensive-minded players, Greg, say, man, everything is a foul nowadays. You can't even touch the guy. You can't defend. Do they have a point?
It's getting tough, isn't it? I mean, you can't use your hand. You have to reset. It's almost like they want defenders to be traffic cones.
Beautiful stroke from Johnson, even on the quick shot.
Hayward outside. Good, and Smart gets the assist.
The real. Come at us, and we're coming right back at you.
Yeah, I love the competitive fire right there. You drain a triple on us, and I'm coming for my revenge.
Here's Claxton, and he throws it down hard with one hand.
And the one-hand slam just looks so pretty when it's in his hand, and he's the one doing the slam.
Agreed. He is smooth as silk, even on a power finish. And now we've got some time to check in from the sidelines. What do you got for us, D.A.?
Thank you very much, Kevin. Oklahoma City is a franchise that has to have patience. Coach Mark Daigneault said, there's no schedule. That's the biggest thing. There's a way of operating that we're very confident in and that we're going to bet on. And that's developing, having a good environment, and trying to play a style that scales forward. We're just going to keep our head down. Kevin, back to you.
And keep going straight ahead. All right, D.A., thanks. Smart wide open, he fires. And no good, his first shot of the night, missing. To the middle, here's Schroeder. The lead pass was put in just the right spot. Schroeder's got 6 points.
Yeah, they've gotten into a nice flow this quarter.
Pass to Vassell. Bridges with the steal. Oh, and a fast break for the Nets. Here's Simmons, and Simmons slams it in.
Authoritative move by Simmons, throwing it down on the defense.
The open shot by Smart. Rebound, Brooklyn.
I guess even he has to miss one of those once in a while.
Here's Schroeder. That's good, and he's now 3 for 4 from the field.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
And intriguing to see how the Nets have recovered since the departures of Harden, Kyrie, and KD. Which they had grand plans, it just didn't work out.
They're picking up the pieces, and we've seen them do this before. The title window may be closed for now, but this team knows how to build their way back.
To the inside. Shot clock at 5. Driving the lane. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. On the night, he's gone 2 for 2 at the stripe.
And he deserves a lot of credit for what he was able to do at the line last year. 86% from the stripe.
So he gets them both.
And it's a luxury to have a great shooter like him at the line. Very rarely see a miss.
Here's Vassell. And it's wide right. It's off the rim.
Defense kind of rolled the dice there, and I'm a little surprised it ended up going their way with the miss.
Inside. Here's Claxton. And he jams it with authority.
Oh, forget about going for the long-range bomb to cut into that lead. Just take it to the hoop, my friend.
And how? Brilliant throwdown. Out to Hayward. 1:58 left from the first half of basketball. And Dennis Schroeder gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul. So for the Nets. So it's the Thunder now. They led the game at 1 point by 20. And they pick up 2. And the Thunder lead by 12.
And with those points, he puts an end to that 10-0 run by Brooklyn.
Pass to Watford. Back to Walker. Here's Watford. 5 points in the game. Here's Sharp. Another shot. And the layup is good.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
Pass to Sohan. Outside, Smart. Just 5 to shoot. The rebound by Sharp. Nets trailed by 10. And it's Walker penetrating. And the dunk by Walker.
Oh, that's a major league throwdown.
Keeps a tight grip on that rim, too, after the finish. Here's Bates Diop. The shot's good on the assist by Walker.
Again and again, they're dissecting the defense and creating those high percentage looks from inside.
Pass to Hernangomez. Rebound, Brooklyn. They'll be playing host to Portland for their next game. And that game is the second of 2 straight at home. Over to the left wing. Watford. Smith with it. Outguarded by Smart. Here's Watford. Shoots over Vassell. The shot by Watford, no good. And so it's the Oklahoma City Thunder with a 6-point lead at the end of the quarter. They're feeling very confident, shooting the ball with great efficiency and dictating the pace. We'll return shortly. And after a fairly even first couple of quarters, the second half could turn out to be a great one as both teams try to gain an edge. Pass to Schroeder. And there's the drive. And a missed layup.
There wasn't a lot of resistance there at that rim. He just tricked off a little bunny.
Now Holmgren. Outside, Gilgeous-Alexander. It's good. Now he's shooting 6 for 7.
And this is SGA's role. He's out here to score and score often.
Greg, isn't it amazing the way Gilgeous-Alexander has polished off his game?
The footwork, Kevin, is impeccable. 3-level scorer, makes every shot imaginable. And what's scary, this guy still has another level to get to.
The Thunder leading by 8. To the paint. It's hauled in by Claxton.
They timed up the layup perfectly. The D saw it develop and got there to bother the shot.
And great read there by SGA. Knew the shot was coming and just trusted his instincts.
Here in this third quarter, just over a minute play. Pass to Claxton. Out to Bridges. 5 on the clock. Johnson outside. The 3.
That's a big donut, folks, here. Start the second half. 4 straight they've missed.
Holmgren with it, and it's Johnson picking him up. Oklahoma City moving the ball around.
How about the floor awareness by Gilgeous-Alexander? Solid at just spotting his open teammate.
Pass to Johnson. Back to Thomas. Johnson with it. Driving in. On the wing, Bridges. Over Williams. Rebound by Azubuike.
Ouch. 5 shots without a make. That's a really ragged start coming out of halftime.
Gilgeous-Alexander, good.
And this has been a nice start to the second half. They're 3 out of 4 in a rhythm on the offense right now.
On the wing, Bridges. And that's a foul called on Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. That's his 3rd foul of the game.
15.
A little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the third.
And they've gone ice cold from the outside as they're trying to cut into this deficit. The 3-point percentage much worse this half than it was in the first. Unwilling to let up even for a moment. That's his killer instinct, just fanning the flame.
Always plays hard until the final whistle, no matter what the situation is. And if you try to block his shot, you risk getting posterized because he is good at using that height to his advantage.
And here is Holmgren. Here's Azubuike. It's hauled in by Claxton. That's trailed by 12. Back to Thomas. It's stolen by Dort. Here's Williams. Got a hand on it.
Got to be careful shooting with Bridges roaming nearby because he's good at coming up with rejections.
Pass to Williams. Fires for three. Wow, drew the contact, and that three almost went in, so he'll go to the line for 3 free throws.
Team foul.
The Thunder have shot 2 free throws, and they're 1 of 2 so far. Boy, Brooklyn GA did all they could to assemble a championship team, and look what happened.
Yeah, I mean, Kevin, you take your swings in this league, and sometimes it works. Sometimes you have to retool, and they still have some good players to build around.
Johnson in the corner. Misses the three.
Just an ugly show from him offensively. Yep, no way to describe it, just ugly, and that hasn't helped.
Pass to Dort. Back to Gilgeous-Alexander. He's still up. Now he is 9 of 10.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
And while we've got a moment, let's send it over to our terrific reporter, David Aldridge. David?
Kevin, thanks. Devin Vassell knows where his bread is buttered. He said, I want to excel at the defensive end. When I was at Florida State, you're not going to play if you don't play defense. That stuck with me. You can't control makes and misses, but you can control what you do on the defensive end. Kevin?
Oh, David, I like that mentality. Good for him. Hey, thanks for that story.
Another spectacular show.
Nets trailed by 17. The kick out to Walker. Pass to Bates-Diop. And again, no good by Brooklyn. It's stolen by Smith. From 11 feet away. And the rejection by Holmgren.
And what makes Holmgren so dangerous as a shot blocker, he does it on the interior as well as away from the basket.
Let's quickly check out the scoring breakdown here for the Thunder.
They're moving the ball around so well, guys. Quick passes, letting the next guy do the work if you don't have a look.
And also, guys, they push the ball and been able to score in transition, trying to take advantage of playing in the open floor as often as possible.
Here's Oklahoma City now. A 14-2 run over the last bit.
You know what, though? Sometimes you can be too open. I think it may have surprised him, and that's why he missed.
The kick out to Walker. To the inside. Rebound by Williams.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
And great recognition. Holmgren saw the open floor and took advantage.
Nice ball movement by Brooklyn. The shot by Watford, no good. 5-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock. Poked loose.
Look, I'll give him an A for effort for trying to dunk through the defense, but maybe he should ease up on that one just a little bit.
And here's Gilgeous-Alexander outside. Now Walker, pass to Watford. Lets the three fly. That shot, no good. It's not going to go for him. And as we conclude the third quarter, pretty much a blowout. It's been a one-sided affair. Oklahoma City out in front, running away with it. We're going to step... And we reach the fourth quarter in a game that may be already out of hand. And so it's Oklahoma City with it. They lead by 20. That's the most we've seen. They've got the Wizards ahead of them. Their next game in Washington. That is game 3 of this 4-game trip. Entering the league as a defensive stopper and a hustle guy, Greg, Marcus Smart has really rounded out his game.
And Kevin, he's put in the work. retooled his shooting mechanics, playmaking style, but what's been most consistent, he still steps up in the biggest moments on both sides of the ball.
To the middle, here's Claxton off on the layup.
And all you got to do is look at the rebounding margin as to why they hold the lead.
They're limiting the offensive possessions for the other team. Tough to win with no extra possessions.
Vassell with it. Down low. 5 to shoot. And he hits it and gets hacked on the play. A three-point possibility if he can convert the free throw.
Vassell has always had great instincts, but those have only improved the last few years. You can see it in his passing.
And they're doing a better job of working themselves to the line here in the second half.
Inside, here's Bridges, and it's slammed in by Bridges.
And Bridges refusing to settle for the layup, locked in on throwing it down.
Outside, Smart. Brooklyn with the rebound.
It hasn't been his best game, but his team is still doing just enough to be up.
And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Smart.
And he made the right read on that play, but just couldn't secure the steal.
And deflections, they're a stat that all teams track. They show who is the most active defensively.
Kicks it out to Johnson. Bridges outside. Outside Thomas. Kicks it out to Schroeder. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. So around the NBA, Richard, we've seen an uptick in injuries. More missed games. Why do you think that is?
Well, call me old, but guys used to play through those minor aches. You said it, Kevin. I've played 82 games 4 times in my career. I played 78 or more 7 times in my career. End of the day, you're not healthy for all of those games. It's about making that decision to push through and go play.
Timeout called the Nets.
Team Heights.
And Simmons has got the ball here for the Brooklyn Nets. There's the drive. Here's Watford. And a beautiful feed leads to a monster jam.
Exposing the defense and taking advantage in the paint.
Vassell wide open. Money from the wing.
And that set them apart today, guys. Their success with the mid-range.
Bridges, no one around him. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. Bridges got 5 points in the quarter.
The stop and pop ability from Bridges, that makes him so difficult to defend. He hasn't had his best game, but they've gotten enough production elsewhere, so it hasn't really mattered.
Over in the corner, Claxton. Outside, Simmons. Drives to the hoop. Stolen by Smart. And now Hayward pushing it up. No one back to stop him. Count that one.
Pressuring the ball and making a play that created the opportunities.
And as soon as they got the steal, it was off to the races. This is the aggressive mindset that the coaching staff encourages them to maintain.
And with the success they've had rebounding the basketball, they're right where you'd expect them to be, firmly in the driver's seat.
And it was still over the rim. Offensive basket. Interference.
Defensively, a little uneven in that first half, but they've been far more focused and consistent here in the second.
The Thunder leading by 22. Smart deciding where to go with it. To the left wing. The wide open shot from Hernan Gomez. The wing jumper off target. they've been a little too casual with the ball out there.
Yeah, but you can't force that square peg into the round hole. Oftentimes, you just got to make that first simple pass and get a rhythm from that.
Certain players search out contact. It's a skill. Marcus Smart is one of them. He is normally the person initiating the contact.
And again, it's the Nets missing.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
Some nice passing by Oklahoma City here. Trying to find Hernangomez. That's it to him. Deflects the pass. Shoots. Here's Vassell. The rebound by Watford. Brooklyn with the ball. Pass to Claxton. And there's the call on Gordon Hayward. That is his first foul of the game. GA, is it me, or does it feel like we've had more parity in the league the last few seasons?
Well, Kevin, the playoffs have been pretty hard to predict lately. I will give you that. There's been only one repeat champion in the past decade. It's a competitive league.
Here's Sohan. And a miss there on the triple. Johnson from outside. That one falls, coming off of Thomas's feet.
And this is going to end in a lopsided victory. I love the tenacity and aggressiveness, as well as the ability to close. You really got to give it up here for the Thunder.
What do you think was the deciding factor in this one?
I think you have to look at their field goal percentage. They just shot the ball much better than the opponent, and they were getting great looks all game long.
And they took charge when it counted, and they'll be notching their 9th win overall.
And so they'll take the first game of the season series, a team they'll only see twice. They're certainly happy to start it off with a win.
And, you know, when you look at the huge impact he had, just a monster game for Shai Gilgeous-Alexander.
He came up with a bucket every time they needed him to. Great effort on offense, and he was a difference maker.
And he makes both free throws. Greg, we were just talking about Chet Holmgren, and he's a lot tougher, I think, than his frame might indicate.
Physically and mentally, he does not back down. In fact, he's often the one who initiates contact. You think you're going to bully him, he's going to try to bully you.
Timeout called, the Nets. They trail by 21. 58 seconds left to play here in the fourth. .58 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Fires from deep, and Holmgren pulls it down. So it's the Thunder now. The biggest lead of the game was 24 points, and the shot goes down.
And they came in determined to take this one. It's going to be a happy flight home.
And as it should be, to be this dominant on another team's floor, but when you go home, you're going to go home feeling good. And although he's undersized at his position, his vertical, yeah, that'll clean up a few mistakes.
Fouling like that isn't how you get back in the game.
And he knocks down the first one.
Nearly automatic. Gilgeous-Alexander, no slouch from the line.
Gilgeous-Alexander hits them both. And so it's Brooklyn with it. Now, here is Smith. There's 25 seconds left in the game. Takes a three. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City. And so the Thunder now can just hold on to the ball. Back to Dort. Here's Azubuike.
Saw the opportunity to put this away and did not turn it down.
And that score probably slams the door for any would-be comebacks. And look, they put this one to bed.
So no problem for Oklahoma City as they get the win. This one was over well before the final buzzer. The fans were waiting.